What's going on, guys? We're back with another prospect primer. It's been a little bit. A quick reminder to hit that like button and then also to check out my Patreon. That's patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy, where you can get actual film breakdowns on these players. You can also get player requests on there as well. So no film in this video for copyright reasons, but we are going to talk about Preston Williams. Bit of an under the radar receiver here out of Colorado State, and this is a player you guys are going to want to keep an eye on here because, and I don't say this lightly, this could be a Tyreek Hill type of situation, a very similar type of scenario, not player, mind you. As a player, he's more like, you know, that Kenny Golladay, big, fast, lengthy, strong receiver. Does have the upside, though, of like an AJ Green. He is absurdly fast for a man that big. He's got a great ability to track the ball. He's great after the catch, almost like Julio Jones-esque after the catch. Can stiff arm you, juke you, outrun you, all that stuff. He even has a good feel for sitting down in zones as well. So as a player, there's no doubt in my mind that this man can play. The thing with Preston Williams, though, just like Tyreek Hill, is there are major character issues that could push him into the third day of the draft. Now, I see the upside and enough of a trajectory where he ended up at Colorado State, played his final season and hasn't been in trouble since, that I'm willing to take a chance on this player because the upside in a wide receiver class that frankly doesn't have the amount of players like Preston Williams, I'm willing to take a chance on him late second, third round, in the same range that Kenny Golladay went, who is my pro comp for Preston Williams. Now, just a little, you know, background on what we're talking about with these off the field issues. So he went to Tennessee, 2 years there, on and off the field, ends up transferring. And, you know, obviously there's players that have transferred and had success. I mean, Baker Mayfield did it. But there is something to be said about leaving a program, and we don't know really why he left. He could have just been butting heads with people. The coaches could have told him he's never going to play. Sometimes it's just work ethic. They don't want to work for that starting position. You know, a lot of times transferring from a big program like Tennessee is a sign of failure. And obviously it's about how you respond. And I would say he responded decently well, but has done a relatively poor job kind of, you know, playing his hand in that he is this freak athlete. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of college, you know, had offers to Georgia, ended up going to Tennessee. So he transfers from Tennessee, and then I'm a little confused on when this issue actually happened, but just like Tyreek Hill, there are domestic violence. There's a domestic violence history here with Preston Williams, probably not to the degree of Tyreek Hill. He pled guilty, Preston Williams, of shoving his girlfriend who wanted to move out of his apartment. Didn't punch her, but, you know, obviously went over the line. Ended up pleading guilty to a misdemeanor charge, and that was kind of it. He ended up getting suspended for that, although I am kind of unclear on when he served that suspension because he actually played every game his last year at Colorado State. This could have actually been while he was at Tennessee. That was pretty unclear to me when I was trying to find out what happened, but it doesn't really matter to me. It happened. So you've got concerns about potentially his work ethic, his character, but as a football player, this guy could very well be the best receiver in this class. His tape is just ridiculous. He dominated at Colorado State. He was just on a different playing field playing at that school, but I see the athletic ability that will translate. So just like Tyreek Hill, who outside of maybe Michael Thomas in that class, but I would argue I'd actually rather have Tyreek Hill because of that speed. Tyreek Hill went in the 5th round and was the best receiver in that class. Again, maybe outside of Michael Thomas. So Preston Williams, a guy that someone might, you know, buy into his interviews and be willing to take a chance on him on day 2. I don't think there's any chance he goes in the 1st round unless he comes out and runs like a 4.34, which I guess wouldn't completely surprise me, but I don't think he has that Julio Jones speed. But if he does, I mean, he's probably going in the 1st round because that's just rare. But I think more likely than not, we're going to see him late in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Tyreek Hill's a 5th round pick. Someone's going to take a chance on this guy, and if he can get the right people around him and be in a situation where he's going to stay on the field and continue to, work at his game, this guy could very well 2-3 years from now be the best receiver in this entire class. So do keep an eye on Preston Williams. Please hit that like button, whether you learn something or not. It really helps me out, helps grow this channel. So cheers as always, guys. We'll see you for the next one.